Hey guys, welcome to David and Otto's Social Proof podcast. Today we're gonna talk about David.
How to manage your time. This is a very important one. We all deal with it, especially starting off. It actually can get on a lot of people's nerves. They make them to fail, make them to quit. This is a very topic that now we should cover. We should have covered this at the very first one, but we're covering it now.
Yeah. I think it's very important to talk about this because I know that more like everybody deals with this. It doesn't really matter if you're building a business or if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to go to the gym. It happens in every single aspect of your life where whatever you want to become or whatever you want to bring new to your life, it's gonna you're gonna have certain obstacles and challenges, and one of those challenges is like my life is not already set up properly for me to do the things that I need to do right now to get to where I want to be. What is that? I was trying to rap there, but I don't.
I let you be. I didn't say anything. I just kind of want to see how this is going to play out. But I love your rapping skills. No, I agree. It's when it comes to timing, this is where people actually goes wrong. I went wrong at this as well. Still a learning process as well for myself. It's putting a structure in place that works for you. Everyone is different when it comes to this. So don't overestimate it. Don't overlook it. I mean, it's actually very important. If you keep your time structures, and now we explain as we go here, but if you put them in kind of different blocks, this will make a big difference for you. In other words, it feel like you're getting jobs done. It feel like you have something done for the day. This where the to-do list as well comes in. We can get touch on that more. But yes, it's very important. I send it back to myself, Otto.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and I deal with this every week as well. Like sometimes I feel I don't have time, but I have to make time for me to do the things that I want to do. Now, obviously, we're talking about building a business online or growing online, and one of the common things that I hear from people who are trying to do this is, I don't have time to post daily. It's not my thing. And my question is, are you trying to take advantage of the digital world to build your business? Do you want to do that or not? Because a lot of people think, and this is what happens, right? A lot of people think that putting content out there, it is vain. So it's more about checking ourselves and thinking, what is stopping me for me to find that time?
No, I agree. Like you can count this in anything in life. Like it's how you organize yourself. If you don't have time to go to the gym, as you pointed out, don't have time to meet certain people. If you don't have time to actually get certain things done. And if you can't, like even like getting up in the morning, making your own bed in the morning. Like some people say, I don't have time to do that, but you do. It's how you structure it, and that's something really small, but they all actually really add up. And like it's powerful. Like even certain days when I don't keep track, even today is a good example. I didn't take track to the to-do list. I feel like I haven't enough jobs done, but I have done a good bit already. But I haven't tracked my progress today. So even it doesn't matter how long you're at it, you can still make these mistakes. But I'm aware of it. So that's the main one.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a matter of knowing what are the steps that you have to take to do whatever you want to do as well. So for instance, if you, and let's just talk about creating content online, because I think that's it's a very popular topic now that everybody knows that they have to put content online. Like everybody's hammering everyone to do that. So all right, so you have to put content online every single day. Let's say that's the goal. How can you simplify the process? How can you actually do something that it doesn't require you much from you just to put something out? I don't know where to start. Okay, so stories, for example. A lot of people don't like, it's very hard for them to post on their feed, but on stories they could post anything. Like they're at a coffee, they take a picture of the coffee and then they post it. Or they're at the gym, they flex and they post it. Okay, if you have built that habit per se, of if that comes very easy for you to you, just why don't we start adding a structure for you to post more consistently, doing stories, for example. Instead of just posting 2 or once, post 3 times. But meaningful, and make it more meaningful. Not only the coffee, not only flexing, but add a poll, add a question. Try to connect with someone. Let's see if someone engages. So that's a way to start. And in fact, that's in the book of what's his name? It's about habits.
Oh, do I have it here? I know what you're on about.
Showing
I have
off.
it here.
Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. James
I'm actually reading that. That's
hold on a second. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm actually reading it.
I was like, that book is familiar. I nearly finished it.
Yeah. Atomic Habits, right? Like one of the things that this guy says, like, let's say, for example, you don't know, like you never floss your teeth. Is that how you say floss?
Floss, yeah.
Yeah, floss your teeth, right? You never do it. The obvious way for you to start doing that is right after you brush your teeth. Okay, so let's say, for example, if for you it's very hard to find time to post something, but every single day let's say, for example, you make coffee. Hi, I'm in a meeting, baby. Sorry. Let's say, for example, you drink coffee every single day. Okay, so when you're drinking coffee, then start doing something that is going to help you post something on that day, or maybe structure your stories for that day. And to tell you the truth, that is one of the things, the techniques that I use for myself, so I can be more productive throughout the day and I can accomplish the things that I need to accomplish. What I do is when I'm making coffee, I grab one of my notepads and I write down the things that I have to do on that day as well. And then I put that right next to my laptop and it's visible now.
So you think, and I agree with this, with time, it actually comes down to habit as well. So it's creating habits, and that actually makes you better timing, poor time-wise, like. So I like that structure. Like, there's another thing in that book as well, it's funny, is like when you take sale calls, have 2 jars beside you and have pins in it. Every time you do a sale call or start a new conversation with someone in DM, whatever you want, however your conversation goes, you put 1 pin to the other jar. And at the end of the day, you look at that jar, we have 50 pins in that jar, and you want to say that jar has to be empty. You can do so many different ways, but you can see all the pins in the other jar and how much work you did that day. And this will benefit you in the long run, because every day, okay, I'm putting this amount of work in, and you actually can see it for yourself. Yeah. Like, I give you an example. I have 2 jars here as well. It works. I'm not just talking out of my ass here. I actually do it, and it really works, because that's something I was lacking in, thinking I haven't done enough when I was doing way too much.
Yeah. And the interesting thing for me, like, look, I'm guilty of these things, even though I have my structure, I have already created some sort of a system for myself. Sometimes I don't want to say I forget, but sometimes I think I'm too confident saying, like, I got this. But the thing is that we are human beings, and every single day we are not operating at the same level every single day. We might have the knowledge, we might have the skills, but every single day is different for every single person. Today I will feel like, I'm on top of it, I'm doing this, bang, 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 bang. I don't need to write anything. And then maybe that happens to me one day and I feel confident, I can do this even without writing things down. Then the next day I feel like, TikTok. You know what I mean?
It's like you're describing my day there, because that also happens to me. Something small, And I think what that is like sometimes when you keep pushing yourself and new adventures come up or new tasks, your mind is looking for a way out and looking back to the comfort zone. And that's when you go to TikTok or Instagram, you start scrolling, and that's when it starts going downhill. We have to stop it there and bring it back up. I start all over again, just bring it back up to where you were. It happens everyone, but don't think you're the bad one that actually I'm the only one. No, trust me, it happens to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
You
yeah, go ahead.
look. Well, one of the things that I want to add is, and I learned this recently. And I'm fucking 43 now, and
Hey, you
but
only
it
look
was.
38.
Oh well, thank you very much. That's what I've heard. So interesting.
Sorry, you took me off guard. Go on. Let me show you lead this in here. This is too funny.
Last year, when the first lockdown happened here in Australia, I started reading this book by David Goggins about his biography. Man, it inspired me so much. I was one of those guys because I've been more like an artistic guy all my life, even though I have like sports and martial arts and fitness. Reading that book and listening to this guy on YouTube channels, it made me realize the importance of being super strict for every single day with whatever you want to achieve. And by strict, I mean is waking up with an intention, waking up with a system already. But for me, for example, this is personal. I'm not saying that everybody should do this, but I think it helps a lot. Every single day, I wake up in the morning, I meditate. I wake up in the morning, meditate, coffee, write down in my notebook, exercise. That's it. That's what I do every single day. It gives me a purpose right away and a sense of accomplishment in the first 2 hours of the day. All right. I've been able to stick to that routine religiously, and I have never done that in my life. It's only in my 40s that I started doing that thing. I was able to do that by sticking to something, as you said right at the beginning of this call, blocking, like just having a block of tasks that you need to do. For me, that are the tasks that I have to do to feel that I have accomplished something at a very early in the day. Then what's happening when I feel lost during the day because I have to do all these new things, I haven't done the same. I haven't stick to the same mindset, which is, with my meditation and fitness and coffee drinking. So I basically have to do exactly the same thing. And it's not easy when you're trying. I'm not going to say that it's not easy. It might not seem easy when you're trying to do something new, when you're trying to hit 15Ks a month, 100Ks a month, because that system, even though you can learn from a lot of different people how to get there, that system you haven't incorporated in your life just yet. What do you think about that?
I know, I agree with that. It's about learning to put a new structure in place. And when you put a new structure in place, the old structure doesn't like it, and it's always fighting. That's like going back to the comfort. And what you do there is you start doing the meditation in the morning. You start putting a new routine, a new skill, and you try and get rid of the old one. And that's going to benefit you in the long run. Like definitely benefit. There's like for me, most mornings I try to go to the gym first thing. Try being in the gym for 6:30 the latest, and I'd be ready to go, pumped for the day, and feeling just like, okay, I accomplished, got my exercise in, feeling great. Anything comes at me now, I can take it on. So that's like me for the meditation. Now I like meditation as well, but my own worst enemy when it comes to that, to do it every day. So I won't lie about that. But my meditation is the gym. That's where my meditation is. I let steam out. I even if you're having the worst workout in the gym, and I love this, at least you're in the gym and you're doing something. Because you could be having the worst day and you don't go to the gym and you did zero. at least having the worst day, you go to the gym and you push through it. That workout might be the worst workout. You still did a workout. People overlooks this. That's you're building up your time there, and you're building up your mindset of pushing through. That's the same with the business. You're pushing through to make time for certain skills you need to learn. And it takes time. You just can't click the fingers and actually everything comes on. Like, whoa, look at the school system. How many years are you in school? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't agree with it the way it's ran, but you're still there for years to learn certain skills. So, like, I wish this was taught to me when I was younger, because it would have saved me a lot of hassle now learn all this as I go. But it hasn't, or it was not. So, give it time and build up the time. Like, get time on your side, if that makes sense. If I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the only way you're gonna be able to do that. Even with training, right? And I heard this as well, that find find the time for that specific task. Every single day should be the same.
Mhm.
Should be, and you should create a regime for you to do these things.
Yeah, I agree. Like for me now, going to the gym is easy. Don't second guess it. But how do I get there? From going them days, building up the going every time. Like I started doing running before I went to the gym. I was going out with snow, hail, didn't matter. I was doing every even after work. It was 7 even, dark, rainy, gloomy. Got out. I loved it. They did that run. No one I did that. No one else was doing it. I was making the gains. I was like, yeah. So when I joined the gym, it's just still building up the same system. And now just natural. Like when lockdown happened here, I hated it because gyms were closed, and that just it was affecting my routine. It killed me. So like when like it's so that's how important in my life it is to exercise and going making myself better in life. So I just like look at it that way when you're trying to do anything, with time. So structure different blocks, and it will get easier after time. You will have your bad days, like anything. Like you have your bad days in the gym. You're going to have your bad days when it comes to time too. Thinking you have, oh my god, I haven't got anything done today. You have them days. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, like I don't know. I think I have said,
A lot of it. It's just
yeah,
at the end of the day, just when you start off anything, it comes down to time habit. Put them scales up and get them done right, and learn them in whatever way you want to put it. It will get easier. If you're going down with trade in life, say you're doing a trade, it takes how many years to get that knowledge in a trade? Same with business. People think you're going down entrepreneur route, doesn't matter what you're doing, it's going to be a lot easier. It's not. You have to learn. Even if you're buying NFTs or Bitcoin, it takes skill to learn it. You might be lucky, don't get me wrong, there's a certain percent of luck there too if you want to get in on the right one or someone give you the right tip. But I'm just saying if you want to build something that's going to be credible and last long, it takes skill to learn it. And then as you go, it gets easier because you're just adding a new skill each time. And how you get them skills is function your time right. It's all connected. It's so funny. Like I wish someone taught this to me when I was younger. It's all connected. Like the moment when I look back in life, the amount of time I waste on things that was just silly, when I could have been just sitting down and it sounds boring, but just reading certain books and bettering my skills and save me time for my late 20s instead of doing it. So and by the way, it's never too late to start.
yeah, 100%. 100%. Another thing that I want to add, whoever is needing of more, more tips or tools. Another thing that I don't use it every day, and I should. I'm guilty of this. It's an app I call it's that follows the Pomodoro technique, and I have talked about this before. The Pomodoro technique is basically setting 25 minutes
Yeah.
where you're going to be focusing only on one task. So put a timer for 25 minutes. I got an app. It's called To Do List. I think it's called the app. And basically it's a timer for 25 minutes. So you just like focus 25 minutes. Then when those 25 minutes are done, set the timer for 5 minutes. But during those 5 minutes, what you're going to do is just to walk away from wherever you were doing that task just relax, do something else, and then once those 5 minutes are finished, go back and keep doing what you were doing. If you finish the previous task, just focus on 25 minutes on a different task. I'm telling you, every single time that I follow the Pomodoro technique, I'm so surprised of the amount of work that I was able to do on that specific day. It feels like I have accomplished like weeks of work. That's how it feels. Yeah, it is hard. You know, you'll be tired at the end of the day, but I'm telling you, man, it's so simple and powerful at the same time. So I really recommend this technique.
I heard a lot of good things about that. It just, you get way more done. It just shows you all the time you do waste. Like, I'm my own work, I'm working, and then I might get a message from a client, and I get respond back, and then I go back to something else when I should be just focusing 100% on this task I'm doing, and then move on to that after. One of my own worst enemies some days, and I do both, and I'm obviously wasting a lot of time between when I could just be focused on one thing at a time, which I need to try this app out. So I'm gonna. You told me about it a few times already. I think it's time to get it.
It's time, man. It's time.
It's time. And I think it's time to end this podcast.
That's it, man. All right. So thank you for watching. If you're watching, thank you for listening. If you're listening, if you haven't downloaded the podcast yet, we are on where?
YouTube, Spotify, Amazon. We're not on Google yet, but we're on the main platforms.
We don't need you, Google. No, hold on. We're on YouTube.
Will get back to me
We're
for
on
some reason.
YouTube.
But anyways,
I take that back. I take it back. We're on YouTube.
Actually, yes, Google. So hope you enjoyed our podcast. Today was going to be a shorter one because it's about time, but we wanted to cover it because it's a very important one, and we don't want to overlook it.
Yeah.
Because in life, even if you're not creating a business, it's very important too. So hope you got good feedback from this. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Otto.
Or comment down below.
Instagram accounts. Comment down below.
Like, share.
Share, and hope you're having a goddamn good day.
Yeah.
And share this fucking podcast. Say, oh my God, they're legends.
Yeah. That's what he says about himself every single day. So please
you gotta love yourself. You have to love yourself.
Yeah, you have to
embrace it.